So these are my two carbon fiber unicycle frames that I built, and they're both composite, mostly carbon fiber. They do have some Kevlar in them, but the frame itself, I just used infusion foam to make the side, like the fork, or the forks for the frame. And then the tube for the seat tube, I use pre-preg. And then down here for the bearing mounts, the top bearing mount is the same as the bottom one, except it has an extension that goes up into here. And I just glued those in, and those are forged carbon fiber. And after I glued all the parts together, I wrapped it in a couple more layers of carbon fiber and then infused the entire thing to get it a better finish. And then I just put a few top coats on it and sprayed it. And you can see there's a few scratches in it. That's about all the damage. The main unicycle I ride is the 24-inch. I don't ride the 20-inch as much. And other than a few little scratches, it hasn't gotten too much damage, even after being dropped downstairs and on rocks a lot. And I've had 2 people on it at once, on their shoulders actually, and it didn't break. So that's about as strong as I know it is, but I didn't do very many calculations to see actually how strong it would be, so I'm not totally sure. But it works really well, and I think there's probably about 10 layers on the fork part and maybe 7 or 8 on the seat tube. And maybe that's overkill, or maybe that's not nearly strong enough, but it seems to work fine. And I just used regular bolts to hold the bearing mounts together, and just the original seat tube clamps. And overall, they turned out pretty good. Well, I had the frame off. I pulled off the bearing and put on a disc brake rotor, but I haven't gotten around to making a new frame or new bearing mount to hold the calipers. So far there's no brakes right now, but I do have the rotor there because I had access to a bearing puller. So I just decided to put it on there while I could.